Red Cross, Jennifer Heisler, and the chairman of the board for American Red Cross, Sidney Boone, standing up here with me. Just a few things I want to update everybody on is we're hoping to start doing some damage assessment on our area by tomorrow. It's still a little nasty out there with the rain and everything coming down, so it's kind of hard to get our teams out there to start doing things. But we're getting to the point where we need to get some damage assessment done and to try to get a handle on exactly how bad Charleston County was impacted by this storm. We have communicated with our Tri-County, with Berkeley and Dorchester, and we're in the process of setting up a volunteer community relief effort, if you will, where we'll be providing, as soon as this is set up, we'll be providing a number for citizens to call in to tell us what their needs are, what kind of help they need, and also for those that want to volunteer to come in and help us with some of these situations. So we'll be setting that up, and that is forthcoming. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Sheriff Cannon. Sorry, wrong side.
Thank you, Ken. No problem. I just want to point out, as the waters are starting to recede, we need to be very careful if you're in areas where water has been. We don't know yet, because we've not done all the assessments that we need to do, whether or not any of those roadways have been undermined by the water. You need to keep that in mind, and as you approach standing water, still continue to exercise caution in entering that water to make sure that you're not entering water that's too deep. It doesn't take a whole lot of water for a car to get into trouble. So keep that in mind. In some of these areas, like on 17 North, you need not to try to do the speed limit. You need to slow down some. There's still some wet spots and road water standing on the road, and we don't want to see anybody hydroplaning through those water spots. So it's still need to be very cautious out there, again, because we don't know the extent to which roadway services have been undermined by the water that has been standing or passing over them, as occurred in a lot of places across the county.
Thank you. I do want to mention one other thing. We do still have 2 shelters open. One of them is the North Charleston United Methodist Church, which is on East Montague. And Charleston County Sheriff Al Cannon's work camp is also still open to take people that need a place. And that one we will also be able to bring your pets there to the work camp if there's a need for that also. I also now want to turn it over to Jennifer from the Red Cross.
The Red Cross is working with our partners to make sure that all of the needs of our community are being met. We have opened the shelters, and we will continue to have the shelters open as long as needed.
All right, thank you. I will take a few questions if anybody has any questions.
Right now you're operating in OPCON 1. Is there any timeline as to when those levels will scale back, or are you just kind of focused on the here and now?
Well, as we progress in our assessments and the damage assessments, and we see, there's a possibility we could kind of back up a little bit, and but until we make that assessment and get a good handle on what this county has sustained as a whole, then we're staying at OPCON 1.
Is there any specific portion of the county that you've received numerous phone calls from, or has it kind of been across the board there?
It's actually been kind of across the board. The municipalities have been keeping us informed also of situations in their jurisdictions. And then plus our citizen information line upstairs has received, several calls from citizens, identifying their needs and what impacts they have had as a result of this.
And I've been told there is a possibility that we could see even more flooding when the water coming from the Midlands starts to travel our way. Is there any preparation in regards to that? Well,
we've heard the same thing. We're continually working with the hydrology agencies in Columbia to keep that updated. There is a possibility. Now, how much, we don't know. When, we don't know. We're not sure yet. But we are keeping an eye on that. As Sheriff Cannon said, you know, his guys and gals are out there monitoring the roads. DOT is out there monitoring the roads. So when that starts occurring, then we'll know when, you know, we see some rising water or potential road impacted. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for coming.
And that was Emergency Manager for Charleston County, Kathy Haynes, talking about what's going on here in Charleston County, giving us an update. And they do say that a call center is forthcoming. As soon as we get that information, we will be passing that along to you. That's also for volunteers. A lot of folks from out of state and from across the area who haven't been as badly affected, of course, wanting to volunteer. Sheriff Cannon saying that he is urging caution if you are traveling out and about. Keep in mind that they have not been out to assess all of the roadways here in the county. So just because you see that people are passing through those areas or that the road is open doesn't mean that it's actually safe to pass, especially if it has standing on water on it. Again, they are urging caution if you are going to be out traveling, because they have not confirmed that all of our roadway structures are safe to be driving on at this point in time. 2 shelters still open. North Charleston United Methodist Church and the Sheriff Al Cannon Detention Center work camp are both open at this time, and they are saying that pets are welcome. So if you have been evacuated, you can bring your furry family members as well. Still in OCCON 1 here in Charleston County, and they are working closely with the Columbia hydrologists, because of course now that the rain has ended, we are now starting to shift our attention to that potential for river flooding. They are working with the agencies from Columbia. No word yet on how bad everything is estimated to be once that river flooding is beginning, but they will continue to keep an eye on that here as we head through the next little bit. And that is our information that we have for you at this point in time. We will give you more coming up at 5 o'clock this evening.